and watch the step cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let you guys know real quick that the Hurt season hats are in effect. Everything, the beanies are also coming soon. Make sure you tap in with the print champs and get your merchandise there. All the links, everything will be in the description, man. Let's talk about these injury reports, and let's talk about what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of a couple of guys missing the game this Sunday that we might need to be worried about. So, first of all, congratulations are in order to our wide receiver, A.J. Brown. I think he welcomed his son, a junior, the last couple of days or yesterday. I'm not sure of the exact date, but, that's why he was out of practice for the majority of this week. You know what I mean? Very, very happy for him, happy for the blessing that God has bestowed upon him and his family. I know he's excited to have a boy coming into the fold. That's real dope news. He was back in practice today. Also, Landon Dickerson was back in practice. Slay back in practice. So we getting some guys back. But we're also losing some guys, man. It's that point of the season, man, to where guys get nicked up and might need an extra couple days, and it might run into some games to where the Philadelphia Eagles, you know what I mean, or to where any team in the National Football League has to make adjustments. Boston Scott will miss Sunday's game with a rib injury, so I expect Kenneth Gainwell to really get an increased workload. I'm really happy for Kenneth Gainwell. He's probably going to be able to show what he can do, but this is a stout Jacksonville Jaguars team. We are the more talented team. I think we still going to win this game, but Kenneth Gainwell definitely could be one of those guys, as to why we get over the hump against a team like this. Now, Avonte Maddox, that could be a crusher, man. Avonte Maddox is one of the best slot corners in the league. Avonte Maddox is missing this game due to an ankle injury. Now, listen, I want to just highlight how smart Howie Roseman is. The trade for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson seems that much more valuable this week. This is how you build championship rosters, man. I expect Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to step into the role of Avonte Maddox. You know what I mean? If Gardner-Johnson does not step into that role, then it got to be an issue with the coaching somewhere. This past season, USA Today, they came out with their top 12 slot cornerbacks in the National Football League this past summer, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, our guy that we have primarily playing safety, was number 2 on that list. Howie Roseman is brilliant for getting the guy that can do two things, man. Howie Roseman is always looking for guys on the offensive line that can play multiple positions. He got one in the defensive back room, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who could play cornerback and safety. Listen, man, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's career snap count playing safety per PFF. In 2019, only 69 snaps at safety. 2020, 2 snaps at safety. 2021, 9 snaps at safety. This lets you know that he's been playing the bulk of his snaps in the slot cornerback role for the majority of his career in the National Football League. So he gets to go back to playing that slot position to where he was comfortable. He's comfortable there as a pro, but he did play safety in college, man. Let's read what they had to say about, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson on this USA Today article about him playing the slot corner and why they have him number 2. The Saints somehow stole Gardner-Johnson in the 4th round of the 2019 draft out of Florida, where he clearly put up 1st or 2nd round tape. However, it happened. It was very good for Dennis Allen's defense in his 3rd NFL season. Gardner-Johnson allowed 36 slot catches on 51 targets for 386 yards, 286 yards after the catch, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, and an opponent passer rating of 71.5. The degree of difficulty in the Saints' high rate man coverage, only the Chiefs had more pass defense snaps in cover 0, cover 1, cover 2 man last season than New Orleans. 238 amplifies Gardner-Johnson's on-field work, and the tape turns it up to 11. I mean, this guy was just phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. They talk about the interception that he got on Tom Brady. They talk about the play that he made on, Scotty Miller, I think that slot wide receiver, where he trailed him all over the field and ultimately stayed with him step for step and undercut a ball to Tom Brady. I'm not worried about Avonte Maddox missing his game, long story short. I feel like Howie Roseman did his due diligence as a GM and made sure that we had guys that we can put in these positions in case something like this happens. This is a long season. people will miss games. And I feel like from top to bottom, the Philadelphia Eagles have what it takes to replace guys if need be. The only thing that could really hurt this team is injury. An injury to one man really not going to slow this thing down. He just banged up, ankle injury. He'll be back probably next game. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that could really hurt us is injuries all across the board. Now, if you remember, I think it was 2018, we were severely plagued by injuries. Then it happened again in 2017. We could not fight the injury bug off for the longest. Last year, we were really healthy, which helped us get to the postseason. And this year, we're starting off the season with the same, habits of staying healthy. I think a lot of it has to do with Nick Sirianni and the coaching staff agreeing to rest some of these players. But as the season goes on, nagging things can happen. You could roll an ankle. Anything can happen that could have you miss a game. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to be ready to go for this Jaguars game. Avonte Maddox being out would scare you if you don't have a guy like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. It'll scare you. You know what I mean? We have a lot of durable guys on this football team. We talked in the last video of Epps playing every snap on the defensive side of the ball. Now, if you're going to move Gardner-Johnson to the slot cornerback position, who's going to take his spot at the safety? Maybe Josiah Scott. I don't know if Zach McPherson has any, I don't know if he has any experience back there, you know what I mean? But we will have another safety back there because Gardner-Johnson should be playing the slot. That's my personal, recommendation for this game. I mean, it's only right, man. He was one of the best slot cornerbacks in the league. You know what I mean? He's rated higher at the slot last year than Maddox is. And Maddox was a dog for us in the slot, if you ask me. So, you know what I mean? I don't think that this is any cause for concern. I think, if anything, putting Gardner-Johnson in the slot will probably wreak a little more havoc for, Trevor Lawrence, if you ask me. So, you know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Would you like to see Gardner-Johnson in the slot or Josiah Scott in the slot? I'm going for Gardner-Johnson. It only makes sense. He's one of them ones. He's a dog, one of the most agitating players to play against in the National Football League, and I know he got to be chomping at the bit to come out here and play cornerback. You know what I mean? He's down to play whatever. He's down to do what has to happen for the organization, but putting him at cornerback is definitely going to put a battery in his back this Saturday because he knows we're calling on him to step up and fill that void for us. So listen, man, I can't wait for the game, man. It's going down Sunday, 1 o'clock. It's still up in the air if I'm going to be in the building. I was at the last 2 games. I might as well make it the trifecta. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to see, though, man. But listen, man, get ready for this game. Dougie, we coming for you. I ain't going to lie to you. Listen, I want a Doug Peterson pack. I understand who Doug is. We don't got that trophy behind me if it ain't for Doug. I want a Doug pack. I want to be 4-0. I want to keep going. You know what I mean? I want to keep flying high. That's what this is all about. Let me know what you think in the comments, man.